what yeah, however you want to cut it, he's pretty good about putting things behind him, negative plays behind him, going to the next one, and you have to be able to do that at the cornerback position. I think he can put it back, go to the next play, learn from what just happened, and continue to play. I mean, that's what we talk about all the time, man. Just go in there and compete again, compete for the next play, and he's done that. And for a young guy, that's important. Quarterback and cornerback, you have to be able to do that, probably more so than any of the positions. Yeah, look, he's getting better and better every week.
You got a couple guys like that in a roster. I mean, just particularly in the defensive backfield that just have a boatload of confidence. When you're, talking to those guys at the combine or the pro visits or whatever, what is the balance of confidence versus coachability? How do you find where that's at?
Well, look, most rookies when they come in, you don't always know. Look, they got to find their own way, and we got to figure out how to communicate one way or another. And I don't think it's all that easy. There again, you're talking about 15 minutes, then you get a visit, so that's cool. You get maybe an hour with them or a couple, but I think you do the best you can. The tape will always speak for itself. That's going to tell you the most of anything, and then you do your homework. Brad's got those scouts doing a great job, a deep dive in everything we can find on their background and anybody that's had a relationship with them, and kind of what they're like, piece it together with the tape, and then sit down with them as much as you can, and then draw your conclusions. So, now I'll say just with our group in general. What helps your confidence is playing well. And one guy plays well, the next guy plays well. All of a sudden, collectively, they're playing pretty good football in the back end. They believe in each other, and they're trusting each other. You guys remember early in the year we were talking about, man, just to, CD had a little something, Amik had something, Terrion, was a rookie, and then he had a little something, banged up, and to get those guys where now we're getting the reps with those guys all playing together, and so now they're growing together, and it's paying dividends right now. So we continue to get better, and then the confidence goes up. You play a little bit better, and your confidence goes up even more, and then you play even better. So that's where we're at.
There was something really early in that answer that struck me. You said you got to find a way to communicate with them. Coaching is ultimately teaching, I think.
It's teaching.
Yeah, so is that the part of being a great teacher, is knowing how to communicate differently with different guys and finding, I guess, which way to tap into their potential?
Absolutely. I mean, that's job number one for the coaches, for us as coaches, is we have to find a way to, what is the best way for them to learn? What is the best way to motivate them? You don't always know. You get a guy, man, he's got a lot of talent. Well, why does it work out? If you really believe in the coaches you have and what you're teaching and how you're going about it, if they don't make it, it's too much pressure, and they just can't get over it, the anxiety of it, for whatever reason, or they don't care enough about it. Most of the time that's kind of what happens. It's one or the other, look, this is a hard business, man. You're around the best of the best, and not everybody can do it, no matter how talented you are. And you see a slew of guys every year, man. Whoa, the amount of talent, and they just can't get it. So, but us as coaches, we have to find a way to communicate, and it whatever it takes to do that.
Just one more follow-up on that, just because you guys have done an amazing job of in the draft, hitting on those guys, finding the guys where it's not too big for them or they don't care enough. So what's the one question that means the most to you when you're talking to those guys to sort of, hone in and figure that out?
I don't know if there's a question. Look, let me go to Brad does a hell of a job. There's a lot of people involved, but I'm always going to tell you, I think Brad is a master evaluator. And I just think, and it starts with him, and then it just kind of permeates, obviously, because he's the leader of that group, throughout the scouts and personnel department, and so he's got a real good way about him, about figuring guys out, and but I also love, man, the tape speaks for itself. The tape is louder than anything else. It really is. And then you just kind of get around them a little bit, ask them a few things, but I can't tell you there's one question that's going to nail it or not nail it, you know?
You got another cornerback that's coming back here really soon, Mosley.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be up this week, but what's the plan to sort of get him back in the rotation? He was playing a lot of slot reps, obviously.
Yeah, you know, he's been taking reps. He's gotten better over the last 3 weeks. You know, I think there's a real good chance he goes or doesn't go for this game. Does that help? Yeah, look, he's trending the right way. You know, I'll tell you, I would love to get him up this game, you know, and I think we'll see what today looks like. He's continuing to get better and better. But we see him doing a little bit of everything, corner, nickel, safety, you know. He's help is what he is, you know. He brings another piece for us that we can use.
How's he look this week?
Yeah, he's been good. You know, here we go, 2 days in, and feel like he's trending the right way. So he looks pretty good. Looks like he's got fresh legs, so that's good.
Terrion popped up with the groin injury. Is he good to go?
Yeah, he should be good. I mean, this morning he went in, got treatment. Everything looked like it's pretty good. You know, so we'll see what he looks like at practice today. I'm not concerned right now, but, you know, we'll see how this day goes.
With Jalen Reeves-Maven, just kind of curious, since you're a little short-handed at the linebacker position, is he someone that you expect to come back after those 4 games that he misses?
Yeah, we're hopeful, but, you know, that's another one of those. As he's on IR, we're taking it kind of day-to-day, week-to-week. You know, it's just a matter of how quickly he recovers. We're hopeful, but we really don't know at this time.
There's a narrative that the Lions have had trouble with running quarterbacks over the last few years. Doesn't every team have trouble with a running quarterback? You know, it's around the league. Quarterbacks run, most teams have trouble.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's nothing easy. You know, it puts a major strain on any defense. And, you know, and this guy for sure, you know, he's unique because he's, he can run. He's got speed. He's big. I mean, he's really a tight end. You know, he's like a tight end that's got speed and strength and explosiveness as a runner, but he can throw. And he'll sit in the pocket with his eyes downfield and throw. It's not like it's not there. He just takes off and runs. So he's dangerous in both regards. Now, if you get him wrapped up, I talked about it the other day, you wrap him up around his shoulders, he'll shrug you off, and then he'll take off and keep his eyes downfield. So, yeah, it presents a challenge for us. And there's no easy way about it. And really, you know, I think we're going to have a really good plan. AG set it up really well. I think our guys, you know, 2 days in have done a nice job. But ultimately, there's going to be things that come up, and the way you put out those fires is with effort. Man, we got to go all out every play and swarm the football, and that'll alleviate any of these little errors that could pop up with all the style of running that they do with this quarterback.
50% of those passes. There's some opportunities there for you guys to.
He's gotten better every week he's played as a passer. But yeah, I mean, we got to make the most of the opportunities if we get our hands on a ball or something comes up or we get one out. Sure.
Dan, since the start of last season, you guys have the best road record in the NFL. What are some of the keys to that statistic and just that success?
Well, I think our guys do a good job of honing in on, you know, the game in front of you, you know. And I do think I think we really, man, I think we like being on the road, too. We love home. You get your home crowd, and believe me, we're all about that. But there's also something about the challenge of going on the road, and it's just you. It's just us. And when you do something good, you don't hear anything, you know, until our fans start going. But you know, that's kind of what you're shooting for, man. Let's go make a play that shuts this whole place down, you know, and gets it quiet in here. And so I just think there's a little bit of a mindset about it. You know, we appreciate that, and we like the challenge of it.
How much of that is kind of the DNA of the guys you have on this team, or is it something you guys have coached and motivated into them?
I think it's all-encompassing. I think certainly it's the guys we have, you know, and it's why you go and get competitive guys. I would say most of our guys, you know, when you get in these tight moments, two things happen, right? You either crack or, man, you want it. Like, you want every bit of it. And you want the ball in your hand. You want to run this ball behind me. I'm a D tackle. Try to run it at me. I'm the corner. I got one-on-one. I hope you throw it out here my way. And I think that's our guys, We embrace that.